Hello everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento and today is Friday, July the 16th. I didn't find any trades to be made, so I'm going to go through our existing trades and see if there is something to modify. The first thing to do is current account, and then you see the list. Okay, current account puts your list here. If you select the yellow link here, you can put it here as well, and then it's easier to just click here and see what you have. This is the Analyze tab, the risk profile, and that's the Adobe trade. Okay, all right, and you can see that the August is the expiration of the front month short options, and the back month is the October the 15th. And what I usually say is, well, we have plenty of time here for the August. In fact, you can say add simulated trades, and that shows you your current position is 21 days to go. And that is the time, the last 30 days is the time where those options get eroded rather quickly. And they're short, so that's what we want. So no need to change anything there. The October options have a long way to go. Okay, and we want the stock to move strongly in either direction in 91 days, and we want them to therefore stay there. Okay, we're not going to change those. Let's go to DHR and take a quick look. Risk graph. Okay, and now we have the August calls here. I switched them last week to August, but I have this expiring 260 calls, and the stock is trading at 285. So these calls are going to expire worthless in a matter of hours. So I could simply add the short puts with the August expiration and leave that to expire worthless in just a matter of a couple of hours. So I'm going to say analyze closing. That way I generate this call, but I'm really looking for the put. Same expiration, and I'm going to short it. See, the put. And I'm going to get $1.40, or really I'm getting $140. Okay, you can ignore this put because it's going to go away, and this is what you end up with. And look, we have 55 delta, and that's the stock that is moving up strongly. Let's take a quick look at the chart. Yes, and the earnings are coming up, so we have to neutralize the deltas if we're going to go over that earnings, because we don't know whether it's going to shoot up really strongly or down as a result of the earnings. I would tend to sort of let it be until earnings, but we don't have that luxury because we only trade once a week. Okay, but if I was to look at, well, I will wait until the day of expiration. It says before the market, so they report earnings before the market opens, so I will go to the previous day, and then on the previous day decide what we're going to do, which will be something similar to neutralizing my deltas. Okay, so I'm going to sell that put. First of all, let's do that, confirm and send. And that should get filled. There it is. Now, we still have 55 delta, so what do? Well, the stock is trading at 280, and my long calls here are 260. Now, look at how many calls do I have outstanding. Well, we have one short call and two long calls, so the outstanding call is only one. So I can roll that up. What I mean by that is I'm going to sell the one that I have outstanding call and buy something at a higher strike price, which is more consistent with the current price. Let's analyze rolling, and we do one, and same strike price, same expiration. That is, the strike price, we can raise it to 280, 290, 285 if they exist. Okay, let's see if they have. No, they don't have the 285, 290, and doing that neutralizes my delta to down to 17. Okay, that's fine, because if the stock continues on higher, as a result of the earnings, I will make additional money. If it collapses as a result of the earnings, I make additional money. Meanwhile, I'm collecting $20.30, which multiplied by 100 is $2,030. and I just wait until it gets filled. In the meantime, let's take care of the rest. Okay, this is what it looks like, but we are going to ignore, or you could close that today put, but I wouldn't bother. It's just a matter of minutes really before the market closes, and the puts are 260, way out of the money. So yeah, the impossible sometimes happen, but very unlikely. Okay, so I'm going to leave that alone. Let's move on to Facebook. Okay, I need to delete all this because this is what I have currently. Let's look at the chart of Facebook. It's been going down, which is nice because, as you can see, our deltas are negatives. But perhaps it's time for us to modify that back to a little more neutral. How do we do this? Well, we could restore that position the way it was by buying calls at 320. I don't really want to do that, but let's see what we have done before. Go back to the account statement, go back 10 days, 100 days on Facebook. Center it here, Facebook. And my last trade was this. Okay, what I did was I collected $15.65 by selling a 330 call and buying the 55 instead. Well, if I reverse this, analyze the opposite, it's going to be less money. So doing that reversal neutralizes my delta a little more. But I'm still considering that there's some way to go for Facebook to go down. And so I don't really want to restore the position the way it was. Okay, so how do I take advantage of this? Okay, let's see what the put alone is. Negative put. No, we could add a put. Sell a put, and that reduces my puts, as you can see, my deltas from minus 30 to minus 17. Reduce the negative deltas, that is. I don't like it either. Interesting. If I sold one put here, I would be paying, I wouldn't be getting too much money. This looks is exactly what I want, this negative 33 deltas. And I think I'm going to risk it. By earnings, we should be out of this position. So, yeah, let's leave it alone. It's a little delta negative, but truly that's what I am that's consistent with my thought that this stock is continuing lower, perhaps hitting the Ichimoku cloud. The stochastic is pointing down. It has not in the oversold area yet. And yeah, perhaps next week the decision will be a lot easier. In the meantime, we're making money, so I'm going to have to leave it the way it is. Let's go to CarMax. CarMax has been going up really nicely, but lately has been pulling back. Let's see at the analyze tab here. And I'm going to leave that alone as well. You see August for the shorts, October for the longs. That looks fine. Let's go to Nike. Nike, I have neutralized it, so it's 11. Okay, let's take a look at a chart. I think Nike's about to go down, correct a little bit, and this looks fine for that. It's a little delta negative, but the stock is really strong, so don't be surprised if it continues on higher. So I'm going to leave it alone. So far it's making me good money. July the 23rd is next week, isn't it? Okay, we could roll this over because they have 1 week to expiration, and perhaps by doing the rollover we neutralize it a little bit. Let's see. Analyze rolling. Analyze rolling. There you go. I think it's going to increase it. No, that works out well. And we could sell the August 16th, something like a month from now, 13th. Yeah, that makes it a little too bullish. We can do the call side only and leave the put side the way it is. Okay, let's do that. Analyze rolling. You can do all kinds of things. The objective here is to keep it delta neutral. Okay, so let's do, oh yeah, that works very well. Then we end up with 18. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. You could do only the put side, but that doesn't make sense because the put, the short put is expiring worthless, and we can adjust that next week. Let's move on, and then at the end we review the trades still open. Okay, we have had this for a while. It's a lottery ticket, 12 July 57.5 puts. That's a long time ago. We collected our profits. This is nothing that we need to do anything about. If the stock was to drop to 57, we might be nice. It would be quite a surprise and a positive one. Let's go to PYPL. That's PayPal. And here we have the July put that expired today. Again, that's going to go away. We could sell the August put. Okay, let's say analyze closing just to create a trade and change that to August the 13th. So it matches what we had before, and we're going to sell the put there. Okay, ignore this one, and this is what we end up with. This is what it is right now. Let's take a look at a chart, and I think it's going to correct too. So doing this, yeah, we get quite a bit of money there. Yeah, let's do that. We get $420. And we'll see if it's filled. There, it is. It did. Okay, so what is going to happen with this? It looks quite bullish here, but the reality is that this 280 put is going to go away by the end of the week, by the end of the day, and this is what we end up with. Your typical put Goldini. Let's go to the UPS. So here again we're delta neutral, actually negative. All right, let's take a look at a chart. It looks like UPS is about to go down. These are expiring next week. We can roll them over. Let's roll the call side and leave the put alone, and then we do the put next week. The reason being, I want to neutralize my deltas a little bit. So analyze rolling, and we're going to go to August the 13th. And there it is. Right. So that neutralizes my deltas from minus 44 to plus 5. That looks great. That's the kind of thing I want to do. And confirm and send. Okay. That's it. Now we go to the monitor tab and go through our process here. We have the DHR and the PayPal done. Let's open up this here so that we can see clearly. Okay, the credit is a little too big. Let's adjust this until they get filled. Cancel, replace, unlock. And that got filled, and let's do the same with this one here. Well, this is actually below the price that is currently trading at, so it should get filled. Let's reduce it anyway so it gets filled right away. when I adjust this, I see the natural is 1.15, and that's quite away from the mid. So reducing it will be the first thing to do. And we can do it by 5 cents reductions, or instead of increments. Yeah, increments, I guess you would call it, because you're increasing. Decreasing, decrements, I guess you call it, until it gets filled. There. Okay, good. And that's all there is to it. We are done for the day, and so I hope that next week we'll have some trades. Thank you very much for joining me, and see you next time. Bye-bye.